welcome back to the craps table. Thank you for joining me. I want to do a variation of my of the iron cross. I know that people like the iron cross, so I created a system a long time ago called the golden cross. I've got, but it was designed for like a $5 or $10 table. But since those are so rare, I want to take this to a $25 table. I'm going to do everything that I can to put it, I want to have it at a 3, 4, 5 table instead of, because my casinos are all 10 times odds, or majority of them, and so that puts the odds in the player's favor. But I'm going to do a 3, 4, 5 and try and make it as rough on me to make the system work as possible. So I've got 2,000 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Okay, and it's 3, so that's 1,000. It's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and that's the 2,000. All right, so I'm just going to stack this up. Because I don't know what I'm going to need. Let's see here. Okay, so first things first, I know that there are a lot of casinos, there are some casinos that will not allow you to do this, but I'm going to show this with a demonstration that you can, and if you can't, then you got to pick a side. All right, so it's whatever's best for you. But as for me, this is designed to either bypass the come out roll completely, okay, or do a do-a-don't, okay, and so that's what cover both P's and make everybody happy. Cover your P's and Q's, all right, and so and then so right now it's a $25 table. I'm doing a do-a-don't, and if you have to adjust to whatever your casino is going to allow. So that's my only one little thing that I'm going to actually allow for the player's side. Okay, so now I'm going to try and destroy this golden cross of mine with the best of intentions. Okay, so what do? The standard iron cross is that you do whatever your minimum bet is in the field. It's usually triple on the place 5, 6, and 8. Okay, so in this case, we're going to bet higher than the minimum. Okay, so that's why we've got a bigger bankroll. We got 2,000. All right, to help any small hiccups. You can't have a lot of hiccups, because if that 7 comes and you don't get 3 hits, this has got to have 3 hits to. The iron cross is notorious to that you have to have 3 hits to make it pay for itself. All right, so we've got to have that, and if we don't, then that 7 comes, that's gonna eat us alive. But that's typical of either the iron cross or this golden cross. So with that said, we've got $50 in the field. Then our main thing is we're going to set up like a normal iron cross. Okay, so this is theory right this second. I haven't established a point yet, so just hang on a second. All right, so once a point is established, okay, so if the point is a 10, then we throw the field out. Okay, I'm not saying throw the field out when there's no when the puck's off. I'm not saying that. Okay, do not do that. All right, so I'm just saying if the point is established, we have we throw 50 in the field, and we have 150 because it's 3 times. We have 180 and 180 on our 6 and 8. All these pay 210. Okay, so if they hit, all right. So let's. Okay, so that's the iron cross. So let's start with that, because everybody knows that part, and then I'll add the golden cross to it in just a second. All right, so we're on the come out, so these are off, and this is all in our bankroll still. So we only have the do don't on the come out. All right, so let's do some theory crafting and see what the dice say. We have a 4. All right, so our 4 is our point. Now we can do our $50 field. You can see that. Yeah, you can see that. All right, and then we need our triple, which is 150. Okay, we need our 180 and 180. And then what converts this from the iron cross to the golden cross is that you take and do a quarter on the come and a quarter on the DC together, okay? And then you roll, all right? And this is what's going to convert the iron cross to the golden cross, all right? That is a 5, 3, 2, 5. So what happens? The field loses, okay? It's a loser. So, but the 5, the place bet 5 is a winner. So that pays, we know that pays 210. So there's 100. There's the 50 that we lost. Here's another 50 to make that 2. And then the casino is going to pay 10 on top of it to pay our place bet. So our place bet 5 wins 210. Now, on top of that, our C and DC travel. This is the ticket right here. So it travels. Now, since we're at a 3, 4, 5x table and not a 10x, if it was a 10x, what I could do is I could just put the place bet and make it the true free odds on the come side. No problem. That's good. But since we're at a 3, 4, 5, we can't use all of this. We can't use the whole 150. The maximum that we can use on a 3, 4, 5, because the quarter is the base, is 100. Okay, so we have to bring that back. So we get all of this back as profit. All right. So then what do? We reestablish. We reestablish our $50 field, and we reestablish the C and the DC, and we lock up the rest. Okay, we lock that up. All right. So let's do that. All right. So now we're ready for the next shooter. The next roll. 10 easy. All right. So the field does get paid. All right. And so what else happens? The C and the DC travel. They travel to the 10. Now, what do? I have to pause on this on any of the numbers, but any of the box numbers that are not have place bets on them or already odds on them have to get hit twice. Okay, in my opinion, okay. The reason being is because I want the field to generate the odds on the 10, the 9, and the 4. Okay, and it will, but it has to get there. It has to kick twice. Okay, and I'll show you why. All right, so we won here, but this is a push. So what we have to do is we have to reestablish our winnings. We have to establish our C and DC. I'm not digging out. The reason is because I'm not digging out of my bankroll. Okay, I'm making the field pay for everything, basically. And so right now, the only thing that it could pay for, it doesn't have enough to pay for, unless it was a double, then it would have enough. But if it doesn't have enough to pay for it, then we have to reestablish the C and the DC. Okay? Now, if it re-rolled another 10, then you'll see how the field will generate the odds. But it's got to re-roll it a second time. 7. That sucks. Golly. All right, so we only got one hit, so we're going to overall lose. All right, so what happens is the field dies. All right, the place bets die. The odds die. Any odds up here die. You know, the player does get back all of the baseline, So the CNDC they get back. They would technically get this back too, because the 7 came. It would go like that. But then you would have to. Then the puck would come down. Then you would just reestablish it back. So it's a wash. All right. So. These are all going to fall. Is that right? I missed. Oh boy. Okay, so these are our flats. All right, so that's that. And then these all go back to the bank. It's like I knew everything didn't go back to the bank. All right, so that's what kills the iron cross and the golden cross. There's no way I can get over that. Without having 3 hits. Just that's just the way it is. There's no magic carpet ride. So new shooter. 10. All right, point becomes the 10. Okay, we do 50, and then we do 150 here. Do 180. We do 180, and we go with a C and DC. All right, so all bets set. $10. All right. So what happens here? The field wins. The C and DC travel. The puck comes off. Because they made their point. You have options, okay? You can put that up there and hold off and put that back in your rack because you're on a come out roll. You don't want the field fighting to come out. Okay, or you can just put everything there, leave that as a wash for the 7 for the come out, because if the 7 comes, you'll lose your odds. But if you hit the 10, then you'll get paid. So it's it's whatever. I would with it being a 10, I would probably leave it a wash, take it to my rack, and wait. So that's what I'm going to do. That's the smartest play that I assume. All right, so there's an 8. All right, so 8 becomes our point. So now we reestablish our field, we reestablish our C and DC, and we roll because the place bets were not working. All right, there's a 10. All right, so in this case, whoops, the field gets paid. All right, so these actually, one wins, one loses, but they both come down to the player. These travel to reestablish the 10. Now, we reestablish the C and DC for the next roll. All right, we have a $50 profit because we can do that now. We can just put true free odds because the field has hit the 10 twice for us. It can now do odds for us, and we're back to where we want. 7, damn it. That actually sucks because we really lose our shirt and then some. So it goes back to the bank. Damn. This is real. All right, so the player gets their flats back. The puck comes down. This is the problem with the iron cross. I don't play the iron cross. I don't care for the iron cross because that 7 is powerful, and even when you're playing it correctly, it can just blow up in your face just like it's doing right now. Okay. I just want to show you a better version of the iron cross, in my humble opinion. 4 is our point. Okay, hard 4. All right, so now 50 C and D C. We'll get some change. We'll get some change. All right, so we need 150, 75, 175, and 180. All right, we're good to go. 9. Okay, 9. We get paid on the 9. The C and DC travel to the 9. And we just reestablish our C and DC. Just got to hit twice. 8. That's good. We lose the field. And then we win to 10. So there's a 1, there's the 2. That makes 2, and there's our 10. So that goes to our place bet win. C and DC travel. We convert our place bet of the 180 to 1 1/4 because that's the maximum that they'll allow us to do for taking true free odds. All right, and so we reestablish the C and DC. We rack up our profit, and we're off to the races. I want blue. I want red and blue. I got another die over there, but it was red, so then 2 red. There's a 6. 5, 1, 6. All right, that's not too bad. All right, so we lose that. We get paid 210. Okay. 210. All right. That goes to our place bet. That pays our place bet. Our C and DC travel. Again, we have 180 on here, which is too much for true free odds on just the quarter, and so we have to take some of it back. We have to take 55 back is what it is. Okay, so that gives us 50 in the field plus another C and DC, and then we just rack the rest. Okay. All right. And that's 12. All right, so what happens here is this gets barred, and so we lose this. We get paid double there, so we get that back plus that paying double. Then we have to reestablish our C and DC, so we end up racking 75, okay? There we go. Whoa, 10. 10. So we get paid in the field, C and DC travel, and we reestablish the C and DC. 9 is a field, center of the field. All right, and so now these, one would pay for the other, the one would lose and the other one would win. So that's a wash, and then they're forced to come down to the player, okay? So that these travel back to the 9 to reestablish it, all right? So we can use these to reestablish for our next roll for the C and the DC. That generates a profit that we can use now. So we're going to go from the going to go from the inside out. So whatever's open, the next available is what I would prefer. So I'm going to put the 50 there, and if this generates again, you know, I would put it on the 10. So 5. Okay. 5. All right, that's cool. We lose the field, so we get 210. So there's 75. There's 200 and 10. So that pays for the place bet, and then these travel to the 5. And now we're going to convert the place bet to true free odds, and the maximum, we got 150 on here, but the maximum that we can use is only 100, okay? Because of that 3, 4, 5 crap, instead of a 10x table. All right, so the 50 goes back in the field, and we just need to establish our C and DC, and we take the rest of this home, okay? We take it back to the rack. And now we're feeling froggy, okay? So we're happy because everything is at least paid for, and we're in a stress-free zone. So now the washing machine cycle can really cycle good. There's a 3, and so we win there. These are a push, okay? So we just rack this up. Now, or you have another option. You can rack it, or you can partial rack it like that, and then throw that on there. Okay. So on a quarter table, you can do that. You know, and buy it. So I'll do that. So that's fine. There's always options to take advantage. All right, so the point is, or the roll is 8, so we lose the field, okay, but the flat pushes, okay, and has to come down, and before it comes down, we've got 125 of true free odds. That pays 150, so there's our 150. Okay, so we're up 100 because of the loss of the field. All right, so all of this has to come down. The C and DC gets reestablished. All right, and then out of this we reestablish the rest. So we reestablish our 50, and we reestablish our C and DC, and then we're going to bring home, even though we won 100, we're going to bring back to our rack 225. All right, just because, okay? So this, it's good money management because this helps protect if that big red shows. There's 4, which is our point. Cool. All right, so that generates that. These travel. These come, the puck comes down, and I would just lock up the whole field because we're on a come out. All right, so that's what that's what happens with that. The odds are always working. So if that's we don't want the red now. There's a 6. All right. So 6. So 6 becomes our new point. We win, and so the flat bet would tie because of the don't. So that ties. The 125 pays 150, and it would have to come. They would have to come down. They're forced to come down. Okay, and so that gets reestablished. We reset up our field, and we reset up the C and DC, and we're racking money. Okay. Yep. There's a 5. 5. Field loses. Okay. The flat would tie. The 100 pays 150 for true free odds. Whoops, I don't need that. I got the 50 here from the dead field. All right. So again, that would be forced to come down and to the player. The C and DC travels, and again 50 and the C and the DC, and we lock up 200. All right. All right. 8. All right. 8. Okay. So that's not good. All right. So we would lose the 50. All right. This would tie and come down, and then this would get reestablished. Okay. So then we would go like that. But now we would have to dig into our rack for 50. But we're so far in the profit world that we're not sweating that. There's a yo 11. All right, so DC would lose, the come would win, the field would win, and you reestablish this. And then from here, you can use that. I would put odds on the 8, or you can split it like that or whatever. But yeah, I would probably do that. Nine, center of the field. The field gets paid 50. The 9 has 50 odds on it. Okay, so that pays 3 to 2, so that pays 75. The flat loses or pushes. Okay, the DC falls, but you get paid on the flat, which brings it right back. Okay, so that's the push. The $50 odds pay 3 to 2, so that's the true free odds, and then they're forced to come down. Okay, so the C and DC travel and reestablish that. We get our new C and DC, and we get all of our money here. Now, with this, we can decide if we want to pick up another $50 here, and this is part of the part of money management. So you can split your winnings in this case. So so you have a maximum. I would say, playing wisely, you can have up to $75 to do whatever you want. If you want. So if you want to go a quarter, no, it has to be 30. It has to be 30. It has to be even. So it has to be 50. I could do that. 50 and a quarter on the 4. But we know that the 5 and 9 has to be even, and we'll just lock that up. So we can do that, okay? Or we could add a nickel to make this look like 30. Options, okay, folks? All right, so it's not a big deal. There's a 9, all right? So 9, the field wins. All right, the 9 is a winner. And so we've got, again, we have 50 on it. The flat is even. We have 50 on it, and it's going to pay 75. I need to make some change. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 200 for the bank. And now we can pay 75 for the odds of the 50. That gets taken down. These travel, and this gets reestablished. And again, we have 4 to 30. And so I would use I have a maximum amount to use as the 3. So I can go, I'd probably get the 9 more would do that, and that's what I would do, and lock that up. So to keep that even like that. So that's what I would do. There's another 9. Wow. All right, so there's 50 and our 9. So again, it's 75, and then this ties, and it's forced to come down. These travel. This gets reestablished, and then we can do whatever we want with the 3 out of the 7, the 3 of 7. Okay, so I want to, I'm going to go back with 50 here. Yeah, I'll put that there. I don't care. We've made good profit, so I don't mind investing. There's an 8, 6, 2, 8. That's here. So we lose the field. All right, that goes to the bank. The field. We've got 50 on it. It pays 6 to 5, so that would be $60. So again, I've got to make some change. So there's 100 for that. So there is there's 50 and there's 60 for the odds there, because that pushes and that comes down. All right, this is ours. Okay, so now we need to go back into the field. This travels, and so this goes back here, and we just get our measly $60 worth of profit, and we can reinvest if we want. My thing is reinvesting half of whatever, up to half of whatever the winnings is, and so that does qualify. So I can do that and rack this up. That's what I would do. And there's a 9. This is pretty wild. I didn't expect this. So there's a field. The 9. The flat is a tie. 50 gets 75. All right. And so then this is forced to come down. These travel. All right. This comes back to our CNDC, and we have options now of the 3 out of 7. The 3 out of 7. Okay, so in this case, let's see. I don't need that nickel there. But I do need it for the 9, or I can go 50 and not need it as well. Let's see, what else? I could do this as well, and then just rack that up. Yep, that's probably what I would do. And there's a 5. 415. All right, so that is 60. All right, and so let's see here. I know we're going to lose the field. All right. So this is a tie. So I'm going to have to make change again. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's from that to the bank. This goes to me. All right. So we know that's. So that's going to pay our odds for that, and that's going to come down. Okay, these travel, and then out of this, we establish our CNDC, we establish our 50, and we lock up the rest. Okay. All right. was not expecting this. All right, so there's that. And then the 10 gets paid double. So there's that, minus $1. All right, and so that goes there. Those come down. Okay, these travel. And this will reestablish our CNDC. Okay, well, I think you guys see how this is working. I hope you like this. So we're exchanging our place bets for true free odds, not only on the 5, 6, and 8, but all the way across. And that field is actually helping or generates the odds on the 4, the 9, and the 10. But it's got to hit twice, okay? Well, I mean, you can dig out your bankroll if you want to. I don't, but because that's set, because we have to hit 3 times, you know, and to get even, or you know, or to get ahead, then I'm scared of digging into my bankroll, you know. So I don't want to do that. Okay, so if we let's just 7 out. I'm basically done. That's a 3, 9, 6, 7. Thank you. 7. All right. So 7 out. I know. Aw, boo. I know. So this is coming back to the player. All this comes back to the player. All right. So color up. So let's see where we're at. 3, 4, 5. That's 15. 17. Okay, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait a second. Because we started with 2,000. So that was 15. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that's 2. So the rest of this is profit. So this is 500, 600, 700, 800. So that's 800. $900. All right. So 900 is a quarter, 35, 40, 44. So we made a profit of $944. So out of this Golden Cross, it can work. I mean the Iron Cross can work. I like the Golden Cross better because you know, the true free odds are always better than a place bet if you can convert it correctly. And but if you were at a 10x table, which is what I'm at, and you convert all those place bets to true free odds, you know, and be able to maximize all of that, that even generates the profits even more. All right, well, thank you very much for listening to me babble and whatnot. I wanted to just go over the Golden Cross, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time at the table.